Don't know where to start, it can be overwhelming, even paralyzing. So let's fix that. Welcome to Simply Cyber, a community of tens of thousands of aspiring and active cybersecurity professionals focused on networking, knowledge sharing, and professional development. I'm Dr. Gerald, Auger, Chief Content Creator at Simply Cyber, inviting you to get the answers to your cybersecurity problems with hundreds of cybersecurity videos answering your frequently asked questions, interviewing industry experts, and live streaming daily cyber threat briefings hosted by me. Now get the stories and insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit subscribe now and dig into all the fresh content on the channel and in the community. Nothing should stop you from launching and leveling up your cybersecurity career today. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday, December 8th, 2023. This is episode number 511, episode 511 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing Podcast. I am your host and super pumped to be here, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Mr. Green Reads, Marcus Kyler, the Yeet Crew. We got James Adecudo, Senfilis, Chris Young, Jesse Johnson from the mod team, Kimberly, Eric, Alana Boyajian, straight crushing it from the GRC contingent, my man Robert Moss with the coffee cup. Cheers. Gabe Lister, knowing it's Friday all day. Kenneth Ruff bringing it from across the pond. And my man Muhammad, good morning. Hashtag Team Live. Guys, we're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. And I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So what can you do with this information? Like, why does it matter? Who cares? And if you're looking to break into the industry, believe me, you're going to get value. A, because you're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current? B, you're going to learn the terminology, concepts, and things are going to start to coalesce and put together in your mind as you're learning disparate skills in the industry. And 3, look at the stream over here. On the other side of the news, on the other side is chat. Chat is a torrent flowing with goodness, support, inclusion, and love. And it's the Simply Cyber community. So if you're looking to break in, get on it, get to be part of it. It's a welcoming spot. It's all about good times. If you are here, you should definitely know that I do not prepare or research any of the stories we're about to go through. You're getting my rough, rugged, raw initial first impressions and thoughts on all these stories. I've been in the industry a very long time, so I have a lot of opinions and thoughts on all of ththese stories. Now, before we get into the news, please allow me to introduce and share the stream sponsors with you. Those businesses that I'm proud to affiliate with, and also allow me to bring this to you every single day without me having to worry about being evicted. Starting with my good friend Panoptcy Security over with Brandon Poole and the whole team over there. Listen, get a partner who understands your cybersecurity program and business goals. Whether you need a quantified risk assessment to make a case to your CFO and CEO on why you need to spend on staff, technologies, workflow process improvements, whatever your Q4 plans are or your 2024 plans, at this point, Q4 is already in the bag, but you can get a fractional senior level practitioner to come in and help you get your stuff sorted out. Maybe you want to do a tabletop exercise. Panoptcy's got you. Maybe you want to do a 3-year roadmap. Panoptcy's got you. Maybe you just want to get a lay of the land in your current maturity level for your InfoSec program so you can tell an insurance company that you did it. Panoptcy can help you with that. Panoptcy.com. Give them a check out. Love Brandon Poole and the work they're doing over there. Also want to say shout out and love to Antisyphon. You guys all know Antisyphon training in the Black Hills gang, especially if you went to Snake Hill Summit the other day. Antisyphon training is here to disrupt the traditional training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, including you, Tim McDonald, you, Ellery Doro, you, Brian Peak, you, Kimberly Can Fix It, all with regardless of the financial position. So don't let money, don't let cost be a barrier to entry to you getting access to learning skills, practicing what is taught, and engaging with a wicked good community. Antisyphon training, check it out. Link in the description below. Love what they're doing. Use the description, go to Pay What You Can training, and look at the calendar of upcoming events. Again, quick shout out. End of January, early February, there's back-to-back training that I would recommend, like somebody who's looking to break in. If you have the time, right, you obviously have to commit the time. They can't do that for you. But, dude, John Strand's Active Defense and Cyber Deception, right, hot on the heels of SOC core skills. That is a slam dunk. 2 weeks of sick, amazing training from an industry leader. Definitely go check it out. Now, listen, every episode of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing podcast, just like the one you're listening to this second, right now, live with me, is worth 1/2 of a CPE. Now, you might be like, Jerry, I don't even put a half a CPE under the Christmas tree. Like, what are we doing here? Guys, it stacks. Half of today, half Monday, half Tuesday. You're not going to be submitting these every day. You're going to bundle them up, and then like once a quarter, once a year, you're going to select all, count the number of files, multiply it by 0.5, and submit it. So say what's up in chat, grab a screenshot, get your CPEs, yeah? And, let's have a good time. Do work, do play. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. We can have fun and do work too. That's what I'm all about. Dude, if you're like me, if I'm going to work 10 hours a day, you better believe I'm going to make it fun and enjoyable. All right, so get on your CPEs. If you're live with us, hashtag Team Live. If you're on replay, what's up, Team Replay? Hashtag Team Replay. And if it's your first time, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. We don't know it's your first time today unless you tell us. Hashtag first timer in chat. If today is your first episode of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief, drop a hashtag drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Make the circle wider, Simply Cyber community. You know we love welcoming our first timers. Everyone is welcome here. Everybody gets an opportunity to be part of the crew. So say hashtag first timer so we can properly introduce you. We've got squad emotes. We've got sound effects for you first timers. So get in here and be part of it. What's up, Pamela Joshua? It is Friday, so every Friday we have Joke of the Week presented by James McQuiggan. So that'll be coming up at the mid-roll, which is always a good time. Holler at you. So do me a favor. Sit back, relax. We're motoring. I just want to share with everybody. I've got my coffee cup, so get yours. Get ready. This is a new cup of coffee, by the way. I'm drinking Josh Mason bean here, so we'll see. I do love coffee, though. So get your coffee. Get settled in, and let's get to work. Let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us all in an awesome way. I will see you all at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Friday, December 8th, 2023. I'm Steve Prentice. Insurance firm sees cyber attacks as more likely than fire or theft. New research from Aviva states that, quote, businesses are 67% more likely to experience a cyber incident than a physical theft and almost 5 times as likely to have an attack as a fire, end quote. This is backed up by their data that shows that, quote, 10% of small businesses and 35% of larger businesses experienced a cyber incident in the past year, end quote. Furthermore, 20% of businesses surveyed admit to, quote, not being confident in knowing what to do, end quote, should an attack happen. North Korea.
All right, so a couple things. One, really quickly, I saw a first-timer. What's up, Wesley Gillis? Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Let's get this emote train going. Wesley's in the house. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the party, pal. All right, guys, so check it out. This is a wicked good story to start. For those who don't know, as much as I love infographics and all that, hey, thanks, Pursuit of Bliss. Love seeing you for 5 months and for sharing the love. Guys, first of all, a couple things. One, cyber insurance is something every business should have. I love as the years have gone on. So cyber insurance really turned into a hot mess express in 2015. It was like Oklahoma Sooners. All the insurance companies were trying to pick up as many clients as possible. They would pay out on anything. obviously in the wake of like NotPetya and billion-dollar claims and stuff like that, the cyber insurance company has cooled. And now, like, they don't just give anyone a policy. Like, you have to like demonstrate some level of minimum information security. Well, now we have actionable intel where we can show statistically that you're more likely, 80%, I think they said, more likely to experience a cyber attack than a fire. This should come as no surprise to any of us because we all live in the world where ransomware is like a daily situation. But what I want to tell you is two things right here. And this is for my practitioners in the audience, okay? People looking to break in, obviously you can bust this out in a job interview, but for the practitioners out there, two things. One, every CEO and CFO understands what fire is, okay? You would hope. All of them understand what theft is, okay? So when you tell them that we are more likely, like, hey, I'm really pumped that we bought fire extinguishers. I'm really pumped that we have fire exits. But guys, we have like a 80% chance of being hit by a cyber attack over fire. Okay, so if you're worried about the building burning down, that's fine. But you should have significantly more concern about a cyber attack, right? So you can use these easy parallels, these easy, current narratives of like what risks are to portray why you need to invest in, cybersecurity or cyber insurance. I also want to point out that they say cybercrime is something that can impact any organization. This you might like, with all due respect, when I first saw this could be your first slide in your deck. Like when you're like giving your, I don't know, quarterly update to senior management, depends where you are, right? If you're at a larger organization and you're the CISO and you only get in front of the group, like the board or senior leadership with some level of infrequency, this is a good one. You could also bake this in if you're a smaller business and you're doing like monthly, kind of like all talks or whatever, like, in-person type things. This right here, this quote, I'm saying, put it on a red flag, right? So like the entire slide is bright red and this is in bright white font. That would be compelling. And like, don't make it the first slide. So like it's sitting there waiting as people are queuing into the room and stuff like that. You've got to have like a nice, soft, easy, welcome to the information security talk. Maybe play some smooth coffee jazz, like, hey, come on in here. Well, I hope you're having a great holiday. Cyber attacks are down. How are we doing? And then boom! Cybercrime is something that can impact any organization. Do you feel me? Right? Really grab their attention. Once you get their attention, you could say, hey, listen, statistically, we are screwed. We are going to get hit by cyber attacks. We need to improve the situation. All right. Cyber insurance. They say many businesses lack cyber insurance. I would point out, just here's an insider tip. It's not because they're not investing. Some businesses cannot get a cyber insurance policy because the cyber insurance companies are like, bro, I'm not writing you a policy. It's like writing a life insurance policy for someone who's like a cartoon character from the 50s, like cranking out like an entire pack of cigarettes at the same time while they're drinking a bottle of hard liquor with the 3 X's on it. And their eyes are popping out of their head as like, interesting characters walk by like, I'm just like living YOLO here. Like no one's going to write you an insurance policy because you're going to die, right? Same thing for businesses, for cyber insurance. So like, I'm not writing you a policy because you don't have multi-factor authentication. Like 23andMe, perfect example, allowed their customers to not have multi-factor and have crap passwords. I don't know how that in fact impacted their cyber insurance. Usually it's more around your internal staff processes and less about your customers, but just to use it as a point. Anyways, the TLDR, practitioners who are, in practice right now, more on the GRC side, this is a great story to data mine for compelling reasons to get insurance, to get, again, like everybody knows what fire is. Everybody knows what theft is. So this allows you to quickly do that association and make cyber attacks more front and center.
Korean hackers steal anti-aircraft system data. The Andariel hacking group, Andariel, apparently linked to the Lazarus group, has been accused by the Seoul Metropolitan Police of targeting South Korean defense companies, quote, stealing technical data on anti-aircraft systems as well as research institutes and pharmaceutical companies, end quote. Some of the companies whose data was stolen were unaware that they had been targeted. The hackers allegedly used a South Korean server rental company as their base, which they connected to from downtown Pyongyang.
All right, really quickly, North Korea, all your base belong to us is what I heard in the story. And if you don't know what this reference is, not to have inside jokes, this is a famous like Nintendo game from back in the day where the translation from like Japanese to American was a hot mess. And now it's a meme. James McQuiggan with the super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
I'm not sure I want to attend Jerry's security awareness training. Smooth jazz, nice tone, and then boom! Cyber can impact any organization. Oh, yeah. I've only got one speed, James McQuiggan, wide open. All right, guys. So North Korea getting up into the anti-aircraft systems. Basically, North Korea mostly known for financial crime. They're really the only state-sponsored group that does cyber financial crimes, bank robberies, basically. But they've been recently getting into espionage, trying their hand at espionage around basically aerospace engineering. They are absolutely into like rockets and wanting to, try to intimidate the world stage by shooting rockets into the ocean and letting people know that they're serious. Now it looks like they're stealing anti-aircraft technology. Again, I've talked about espionage in the past. The fact that, so North Korea has the skills, okay? Like they do have advanced cyber capabilities. They really have some really skilled operators, people who can do offensive security stuff. So stealing stuff is not a big deal for them. And now they did a front in a South Korean company. Again, standard practice. If you're a threat actor, or just so people know, if you're doing threat actor operations, cyber kill chain, you're not hacking from your laptop in Starbucks in North Korea, right? You're literally hacking into some business and then hacking from that business, maybe into another business, and then hacking on target, or you're hacking from one business into target. And the reason is it makes it very difficult for attribution. It makes it hard for blue team and defenders to kind of figure out where the attack's coming from. We do have techniques for attribution around TTPs and different malware used and stuff like that. But this is what they did in this case. Now, I just want to point out one quick thing. Stealing information is valuable because the anti-aircraft system that South Korea or this firm developed, it took them time, and time is money. It took them people who have the skills to develop it. People cost money. And it took money, right? You have to pay for product. You have to pay for testing, labs, equipment, all that jazz, right? All of that North Korea doesn't have to pay for, including the time, which is huge, because they stole it, right? And this is why espionage is so valuable and so germane to cybersecurity. Now, I also want to point out, just because you steal the blueprints to an M1 Abrams tank, or you steal the blueprints to an anti-aircraft system, does not mean that you like clap your hands and an anti-aircraft system appears. This isn't Civilization. This isn't The Sims, right? Like this isn't a video game. You still have to have the manufacturing capability. You still have to have all the product that would go into creating the anti-aircraft. You still have to have the knowledge to understand how to read the blueprints and the schematics and all the intel to build it. So, when you read this, it's like, oh, that's concerning. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that they have that capability now. It just means that they stole the tech on it. Also, give something else to give consideration to. This could also be not them developing the technology, but trying to discover flaws and weaknesses in the technology in order to exploit it, right? So, like, let's say they're going to fly jets and like basically carpet bomb South Korea, and South Korea has this anti-aircraft technology, or whoever their adversaries are. If there's some vulnerability in it, they can discover, then they could, basically disarm or compromise the anti-aircraft systems in parallel with a kinetic military airstrike, right? So I just share that because I want people to keep in mind, like sometimes the objective, the mission, the actions on objective, the intent of the long-term strategy isn't necessarily to have the intel for you to create something, but it could be to compromise or undermine an existing something somewhere, okay? BSEC brings up another good point.
Great cash, homie.
And this actually, you know what? This, to BSEC's credit, he said they could sell the tech to somebody else. This honestly would line up more with North Korea's MO. Not to paint too like my paintbrush is like 4 feet wide. That's how broad it is. But Russia typically does like information operations. China typically does espionage. And North Korea typically does financial focused crime, right? Because they need money because they're sanctioned to the gills where they don't have GDP or product or exports or like they can't trade on the world stage. So they need straight cash, homie. And so to BSEC's point, they could have been hired, right? They could have been hired by like, let's say, like Moldova, just to pick a country that's like kind of random, or Ethiopia, it doesn't matter, right? United States, right? They could have been hired to steal this tech because they have the capability. And let's just pick a random country, okay, like how about Atlantis, right? Just to pick a fictitious country, right? Atlantis doesn't have the technology for anti-aircraft, and Atlantis doesn't have the skills to hack in. So Atlantis goes to Criminal Con and gets with North Korea and is like, hey, here's a suitcase of money. Can you steal this for us? And North Korea is like, we like money. We need money. We would like to do that for you. So all different ways of thinking about it. But again, the fact is they sold the tech. What they do with it is TBD.
Vulnerability discovered in fleet management software. This vulnerability, quote, could allow hackers to manipulate a fleet of vehicles at once, including the possibility of shutting down the vehicles, end quote. Discovered by a security consultant at the Dutch IT consultancy Xebia, that's spelled Xebia, the vulnerability, tracked as CVE 2023-6248, essentially requires just an IP address, some Python, and access to a Linux server to get access to, quote, live locations, detailed engine diagnostics, speakers, airbags, and to execute arbitrary code on vulnerable devices, end quote.
Oh my God. That's disgusting. That is gross, guys. Okay, so first of all, the hackers, they can shut it down. They can shut it down.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside, hackers. How about that? All right, so they could shut down a fleet of cars. Guys, this sounds really bad. Okay, so from a GRC perspective, right, as a CISO, when I heard this story, I'm like, this sounds bad, okay? So an entire fleet of cars, so meaning what I would consider, what I just heard is an arbitrary number of cars that are vulnerable to this attack can be controlled remotely, which is bad, with very little skill, right? This isn't a Metasploit module where you click and somebody who doesn't know what they're doing could do it, but a little bit of Python and an IP address can do it. All right. So to me, if you have like kind of 4 tiers of skill, and there's like the person who doesn't know what they're doing and they're following like a tutorial, and then there's someone who like understands what they're doing, but they kind of are clunky and whatever. Then there's someone who knows what they're doing and it takes time, and they could do it, but it takes time. And then there's the person who knows exactly what they're doing and they're very sophisticated, right? This one, clunky, like level 2 can do this one. All right. So that's pretty bad. Yes. Dumpster fire. Thank you. Squad emotes. This very much is a dumpster fire, or not to be funny, but like this very much feels like the Hot Mess Express, right? Like, because it's a vehicle, right? It feels like this is the bus. As a CISO, basically, when I hear this, to me, it's like, okay, I've got to dig into this a little bit more and figure out what is the actual scope of exposure, right? Like very, very basic. Okay. And you can use this out in a job interview if it is natural for you to say it, but like with something like this, right? Oh my God, dumpster fire. This is a Hot Mess Express. Okay. Well, hold on. Pump the brakes, guy. We very, very basically look at likelihood and impact. I know it's trivial, right? But likelihood and impact. How likely is this to be exploited? It sounds pretty easy. It can be done remotely, and it can be done by someone who's not super sophisticated. And honestly, if it's just a Python script, I bet you there'll be like POCs coming out soon, or threat actors are going to share with each other. So that's going to push it down to even easier. So likelihood's pretty high. What is the impact? And that's where you have to do the work, right? Does this affect every car on the road? That's not good. Does this affect only Nissans? I don't know. Does this affect only cars in the United States? So this is what you have to do. Now they're talking about it's machines that are the Cirrus IoT 4 IoT gateway uses this MQTT server, which is like a messaging queue server that we have already heard about significantly. I think this is an Apache thing. We heard about this recently. If it's the same issue. So first of all,
you gotta patch it.
You gotta patch it, bro. Like we've talked about this one ad nauseum. Does it have a score yet? Yeah, okay, so check this out. I know I can't zoom in. This has a base score of 10. 10 is the highest that you can get to. Okay? 10 is the highest. 10 is not good, bro. 10 means this is a priority. You got to get into it. Okay. I just want to know who is using the Cirrus 4 IoT gateway. That's really the question here. I'm just going to scan this story a little bit because this is important. Also, shout out to Yashin Mahabubi, who is a security researcher at Zebia that figured this out. Way to go. You get a shout out. As you can see, they talk about the risk, meaning oh my God. They say here that the risk increases significantly. Where is it? They say the risk increases exponentially. And that is because the likelihood is going up because it's easy, and the impact goes up because it can affect more and more and more and more vehicles, right? So this is really a hot mess express. I'm just looking now to see who uses it. It could turn a vehicle off. That's not good. Obviously, if you're on the highway doing like 70 and your vehicle shuts off, not good. You can find the server using Shodan. Again, very low level of effort. And they found 4,000 real-time vehicles spread across the country. So, okay, so here's the impact. 4,000. Oh, I really hate it when that happens, okay? Like, I don't have patience for that. 4,000 vehicles is the scope of this one. So, here's the deal. If I was driving one of these vehicles, I would want to know about that, right? I don't want to spend more time on this, but to me, this is a story that warrants 10 minutes of your time. Again, if you work in automotive or you're responsible, like you work in transportation, BSEC, and you are responsible for a fleet of trucks, right? This story is worth 10 minutes of your time just to see if you're in scope of the issue. And then if you are, you can use Shodan to find out if you're really in scope and if you're in trouble. This could be a downstream thing that you're not even like involved with, right? Like it could be a third-party service that's using something for your truck or for your fleet management because you've outsourced it because you're into making widgets, not into managing fleets. So this is a big deal. Okay, this is a really big deal. And I hope we don't hear stories about hackers exploiting this. Thanks, BSEC. Really, I think it's BSEC. Really quick. This is a nice little write-up that shows you everything that can be done with this particular hack. And, oh my. You can see here, you can monitor routes and real-time tracking. So there's very little privacy, right? I mean, if you're Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious 1 and you're stealing DVD players for some reason, in like the most inefficient way possible from tractor trailers, this would be useful for you. Yes, I'm throwing shade at Fast and the Furious as plot lines. Okay, dashboard. Like, so all of these are like privacy and intel, which is not really informative. To me, detonating an airbag. So it doesn't say these things, but interact with the devices over the air. So interact with the devices like shutting the car down, detonating airbags, terrorizing. Imagine, if you will, for a second, you are a psychopath lunatic who's been stalking someone, and you get into their car while they're driving, and you like turn their music way up and their windshield wipers on, and then you disable their car. Heck, you could even be a psychopath and disable their car while they're on the highway at night, and now they can't leave. So there's like physical security concerns and personal safety concerns that could also be weaponized by this. Again, don't limit yourself to just like, state-sponsored actors doing fleet management operations and screwing with people. All right, let's keep going. This is a hot mess express, though. This story is definitely worth more in investigation.
Global password managers might be exposing your credentials. This vulnerability, named Autospill, comes from an autofill feature in Android apps that can, quote, expose users' saved credentials from mobile password managers by circumventing Android's secure autofill mechanism, end quote. This is according to university researchers at the IIIT Hyderabad, who presented their research at Black Hat Europe this week. The vulnerability happens when password managers get disoriented about where they should target the user's login information, for example, between two competing music player apps. 1Password told TechCrunch that they are working on a fix. LastPass stated they already had a mitigation in place via an in-product pop-up. Google and NPass had not responded to TechCrunch as of the date of this recording.
All right. Hold on. All right. So this is an Android issue. Okay. Listen, I every day, all day, I talk about password managers. I love password vaults. Onboarding's tough. They're super useful. They keep end users like Carl from having crappy passwords, from reusing passwords. You wouldn't have been hit by 23andMe if you had been using a password manager and had different passwords, okay? What they're saying is several popular password managers, so this is not an Android issue. This is the software of the password manager on an Android device issue. And it's a very specific use case. So you go to log into an app, and then you use federated authentication, log in with your Google creds or your Facebook creds. And when the pop-up happens and you go to paste your creds, it accidentally pastes it into the wrong field. So the exposure here is not good. You could be passing your creds to the wrong app, which means basically instead of federating with a Google creds and getting the token or the cookie or whatever, it's usually a session token, passing it through and authenticating you're passing it directly to like Spotify, which is not going to work because Spotify doesn't know those creds. Those are your Google account creds. The exposure here is limited because and this would be so ridiculous, but there's only a couple ways that your credentials get compromised here. One, a man-in-the-middle attack. If the music app that's getting your creds inadvertently is doing it in a non-encrypted connection, which is unlikely. Second, you send the creds to the music app and it's not going to authenticate correctly because it's not the right creds for your account on the music app, and it's going to say password incorrect. They would have to be logging those passwords in clear text or in some way that would allow an analyst to come back over it and find it. That typically doesn't happen. And an analyst would have to go look in the logs. The logs would have to be captured. Like, this is interesting and not good. It should be fixed. But there's like, in my initial thoughts and opinion, there's like 8 things that have to happen and be lined up for your credentials to actually get exposed. So if you're using Android and a password manager and you're concerned about this, like I think your creds are not getting compromised. It could lead to compromise. But again, this right here, like oh my God, the previous story, this is like pretty much anyone can find a car and using a little bit of tech, shut it down. Really, really bad, right? Really, really, really bad. This one, less bad. I'm not concerned about this one. They'll get it straightened out. I don't think there's a compromise. There is a percentage of likelihood of exposure, but I think it's low. Let's keep.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Barricade Cyber Solutions. Is ransomware affecting your business? Contact Barricade Cyber Solutions at recoverfromransomware.com. Barricade Cyber Solutions are elite DFIR experts who come to the rescue for businesses like yours daily. The trusted team at Barricade Cyber traces the source of infiltration and fortifies your defenses. Depend on Barricade Cyber Solutions for your data and system security. Go to recoverfromransomware.com. That's recoverfromransomware, all one word, .com.
All right. I don't know how many first-timers we have in chat. And to all the college students who are going to be catching this on Team Replay as we're at 380. Fridays are always tough. Thursday's the start of the college weekend. I'm not naive or so old that I forget what college was. All right, guys. Welcome to the mid-roll. Wesley, this is the mid-roll. All right, guys. Hey, shout out to the stream sponsors, starting with Barricade Cyber, Panoptcy, and Antisyphon. Love what they do and genuinely appreciate all the effort and all the energy and the financial support. Shout out to Barricade Cyber, who has renewed for the entire 2024 year. So get comfortable with Barricade Cyber because they are fully embedded into the Simply Cyber ecosystem. Guys, if you're getting value from this stream, episode 511, if you're a member of the Simply Cyber community, if you're getting value, if you're a first timer or a long timer, if it's educational, if it's entertaining, if you just want to hook it up, hit the like button on YouTube right now, simply because you're paying it forward. You are doing a service to somebody you may not have met yet, who's going to find the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing next week because you liked this stream today. Love, love it, love it. All right, guys, check it out. The Simply Cyber Community Challenge, we're always pushing this in the mid-roll. If you would like to supercharge your professional network, and just so you guys know, I know many of you know this, but for the newcomers who don't know and the people way in the back, Simply Cyber is all about community. It's all about service. The Simply Cyber Community Challenge is an ongoing initiative that is what I would consider pretty successful and pretty awesome. If you would like to supercharge your professional network, and guys, professional networks are so freaking important. If you want to supercharge your professional network, do the following. Go on LinkedIn, step 1. Search for this hashtag, step 2. Find the people who are posting with the hashtag. They are the baton holders. One a day we do. The current baton holder posted yesterday. Connect with them. Comment on their post. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I picked the wrong song. My brain is melted. All right, hey. Just because I did that.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry. All right, guys, let's try it again from the top. If you want to supercharge your network, go on LinkedIn, search for this hashtag, Simply Cyber Community Challenge, and connect with the people posting, comment on their posts, connect with the people in comments. Here's the deal. Connecting with them, you're connecting with community members. They're all about support. They're all about inclusion. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't know this, we don't condone, nor do we allow toxicity or bullshit. Sorry, Kennedy. In the Simply Cyber community. So if you're all about good times, get in here. If you're toxic, find another community, all right? So by connecting with Simply Cyber community members, they're pre-screened, vetted people who are awesome. By commenting, you're going to get picked up in the feed. So for 5 minutes a day, you make your own connections. And then while you're not online, you're passively building network connections because other community members are connecting with you in the comments. Listen to me. I'm telling you right now, put it on your calendar. 5 minutes a day for 2 weeks' time. I promise you, in 2 weeks, check back with me. You will be very happy that you did this, and you will be pleasantly surprised, okay? And if you're not, let me know, and we'll do something about it to fix it. But we've been doing this for, I don't know, like maybe 6, 7, 8 months. 100% success rate. 100% thumbs up rate. People dig it, okay? All right, Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Trisha Corticas currently has the baton. Trisha, if you're in chat, Trisha in chat. Yes, tag someone, Trisha. Trisha's got the baton. Go find Trisha's post on LinkedIn. Everybody else, get ready because Trisha's about to tag somebody. And by the way, can we just for a second, do you guys see Harish Kumar in chat? Hold on, I'm going to bring him up. Hey, Harish Kumar is in chat right now. Do you know what Harish Kumar posted on LinkedIn? Broken to cybersecurity. Harish, when the music stops, we're going to play the Wrecking Ball song correctly. Guys, it is Friday. Grayson's Joke of the Week presented by James McQuiggan. We got some holiday-themed ones. Why do reindeers like Beyonce so much? Why do reindeers like Beyonce so much? Because she slays. Oh! Nice. What's the best way to watch a fly fishing tournament? Oh, this one's so obvious. What's the best way to watch a fly fishing tournament? You've got to live stream it, baby. Live stream it. And why is a broken drum an excellent gift this holiday season? Why is a broken drum an excellent holiday gift? Jesse Johnson, this is right in your wheelhouse, my musician friend. A broken drum is an excellent Christmas gift this holiday season because you just can't beat it. You can't beat it. Speaking of holiday seasons, happy Hanukkah. I saw on social media today is day one or first day or Hanukkah starts today. And I apologize if I'm saying that like not 100% accurate. But happy Hanukkah to our community members who celebrate Hanukkah. I hope you have a great Hanukkah and a great holiday season. No matter what holiday you celebrate, I hope you have a great holiday season. It's the best time of the year. All right, guys. Thank you all so very much. Be good, and let's get back to the news. Oh, I got to have that fade out. That's a rough transition.
Bluetooth flaw threatens Android, Linux, Mac OS.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Harish Kumar.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yes.
And iOS devices. Identified and tracked as CVE 2023-45866, this is an authentication bypass flaw that allows for the injection of keystrokes to achieve code execution. Discovered and reported by security researcher Mark Newlin, the attack, quote, deceives the target device into thinking that it's connected to a Bluetooth keyboard by taking advantage of an unauthenticated pairing mechanism that's defined in the Bluetooth specification.
Okay, so standard issue. You know what's interesting? Like, this is the second story in probably 2 weeks around Bluetooth. Bluetooth security research had its had its coming out party in like 2017. DEF CON, it was like so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Oh, Bluetooth was so hot in 2017. I don't know if there's like a renaissance going on here, but Bluetooth's coming on back. Guys, here's the deal. Like, everything's got Bluetooth. Everything's got Bluetooth right now. Bluetooth low energy, Bluetooth whatever. All your, AirPods, AirTags. Well, I think AirTags are actually NFC, but don't let facts slow down what I'm saying here. But guys, Bluetooth, it can be hacked, but let's be real. Bluetooth is a PAN technology. We don't use that acronym very often, but a personal area network technology. Think around like, 10 or 15 feet of a bubble around the device. So if the phone's in your pocket, you're walking around with like this 10 or 15 foot bubble. So threat actors do have to be physically close to you in order to compromise it. Now, when you're at a DEF CON, Black Hat, if you're at a mall, if you are a red team or a pen tester operating, and you're going on site physical security, then yes, obviously there's a lot of techniques that can be done to attack Bluetooth. But in the larger scheme of like, I guess, just to put this in perspective, because I feel like a lot of people who are trying to break in have a difficult time reconciling like what's important and what's less important. Bluetooth hacks are really cool and they make a lot of pub because they're cool. But like in the grand scheme of like my risk profile and my threat exposure, Bluetooth isn't even on my list. Like you have to scroll to the bottom and then hit next page twice to get to like my Bluetooth concerns. I'm concerned about, crappy passwords and threat actors, exploiting cross-site scripting vulnerabilities and Carl standing up stupid WordPress things. Like I've got bigger issues than Bluetooth. Okay. But it is cool and you should know about it. Now there is a CVE around that. It does affect Android, Linux, Mac OS. So it sounds like it's more of an issue with the actual Bluetooth technology than it is necessary platform dependent. You can see here, it's around the Bluetooth stack. Authentication bypass is not good. That's like straight up really bad. And it says you can just connect to a host without user confirmation. That was always like the backup default security control was like, you guys have done this. Like you go to pair with a Bluetooth device and it asks you to put in like a pin that's on the other device and stuff like that. I don't know how I'd be curious how you patch this because it's a problem with the Bluetooth stack, not the operating system. So maybe there's drivers that you can do that could fix this. Google said it could lead to remote, see how it says proximal adjacent escalation of privilege. Yeah, so remote escalation, it's not remote access. I feel like you'd have to still be close. I think when they say remote here, I'm thinking it's like when it says proximal, it means remote. Like I don't have to physically have the device, but I do have to be within 15 feet of you. I don't know how, if there's again, this is Bluetooth stack issue. So it's not like the driver would have to be fixed, I guess. Source code patches for the issue will be released by Android open source within the next 48 hours. Okay, so there will be a patch for this for Android, at least in the next 48 hours. Apple's pretty good about escalating patches. Again, in the scheme of things, Bluetooth is not a concern that I'm super worried about as an attack vector. It doesn't mean you ignore it, right? It doesn't mean that you're like, oh, I ain't got time for that. But I mean, just put it in part of your normal patch cycle, unless you're a VIP and like, for example, like, let's say you're one of the presidential candidates. All right. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Tea Party, Green Party, Simply Cyber Party, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you're like, a presidential candidate in the United States on the campaign trail or your campaign manager, as we saw Russia attack Hillary Clinton's campaign manager and staff in 2016, and you're going to different places, you're shaking hands with people, you're going to rallies and crap like that. Well, now you're going to be exposing yourself to potential attack vectors because you will be close to these people and you are a high value target where spending the time, energy, and effort to get into those phones is valuable. So you've got to do again, I'm a GRC wonk through and through. You have to do the risk calculation. What is the likelihood? What is the impact with consideration for the actual reality of what it is? My phone, dude, I walk like 5 feet from my house to my office in the backyard and back. I don't go anywhere, right? So my Bluetooth phone, I'm just going to stick with the normal patch cycle. Final thing I'll say here, okay? Final thing I'll say here is, and I say this from time to time, Android is releasing a patch for the Android operating system. If you're running some and there's no, I mean, I guess I'm going to throw a little bit of shade, but like if you're running some type of like off-brand knockoff Android device, like whatever, not like an LG or Google Pixel or a Samsung Galaxy, right? If you're running something that doesn't really get updates often because the developers don't have the time, money, or energy to make backwards compatibility for all the extra modifications they built on top of the Android OS, then you're not getting the patches. You're not getting the operating system updates. Like if you have a tablet or a phone that runs Android operating system, and Android is on like, the Android operating system naming convention is annoying to me, but like say they're running like Snickers and you're running Kit Kat and you can't get the updates to Snickers, like it just doesn't show up in your app as like being able to upgrade the operating system. That's because the vendor does not support that, which means you're not getting any patches, which means your phone is basically end of life legacy. So just be aware. This Bluetooth one, less concerned, but as more, patches come out for Android and you're not getting them, that is why. A lot of people don't know that.
You gotta patch it.
CISA adds Qualcomm vulnerabilities to its KEV catalog. The 4 flaws, whose CVE numbers and details are available in the show notes to this episode, include 3 that have been addressed by Qualcomm in October, and according to Google's threat analysis group, have been actively exploited in targeted attacks. In adding them to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, CISA has ordered federal agencies to fix these vulnerabilities by December 26th of this year.
All right, so Qualcomm flaws. All right, very cool. CISA. Let's get the Jen Easterly emote. Hey, just as a quick update, I sent Jen Easterly like a LinkedIn connection request. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. All right, so CISA adds Qualcomm flaws. CISA has this like known exploited vulnerability catalog, which is absolutely fantastic. Dude, vulnerabilities come out all day, every day. If you work in vulnerability management, my heart goes out to you. Like, I'm sorry. Okay. And guess what? We've all taken a turn in the barrel of vulnerability management. And if you haven't, consider yourself fortunate. Vulnerability management is it's a very difficult job to do well. And it's frustrating and it can lead to apathy and all these other things. But anyways, CISA has this known exploited vulnerability catalog, which helps you prioritize what vulnerabilities to get into. Case in point, like I just told you, this fleet management takeover thing, that's a way riskier vulnerability than this Bluetooth one that got covered a minute ago. Now, CISA's known exploited one means that the vulnerability is being exploited. Not all vulnerabilities are being exploited. You can have attack surface and risk, but it's not realized risk because the exploitations aren't happening. But when exploitation happens, it's bad. The impact goes up, the likelihood goes up, and that's why CISA is doing it. It's their community service to everybody. Okay. And Qualcomm obviously is in a lot of places, so be mindful of that. The final thing I'll say here, and as much as I am a CISA fanboy, get ready, Jen, earmuffs, because I don't want Jen to hear me throwing shade here, but I'm going to throw some shade, okay? CISA orders federal agencies to fix this by December 26th. You have 2 weeks, 3 days. You have 2 weeks and 3 days. You better get this fixed. CISA's ordering you. Well, I hate to be... All right, so Jen, earmuffs. Dude, check this out. CISA orders? Like, okay, and then what? We just saw the other day, I can't even remember exactly what it was, but there was some order that came out like 2 years ago that you will do incident response or you'll have logging. I can't remember exactly what it was in all federal agencies. And then an analysis was performed and 20 of 23 agencies hadn't done it. And 18 of 20 that hadn't done it had done nothing. So I flipped out, and actually someone commented in Team Replay comments about why am I yelling all the time? CISA orders. You know what? I got to tell you, if I was ordered by CISA to do something, I would do it. But there is case study and lots of proof to demonstrate that agencies aren't doing it, because what's the ramification? I'm not getting fired. I'm celebrating my holidays. I'm busy. I'm on PTO. Most people take the last 2 weeks of December off, especially in the US government. Okay? Who's fixing this? Right, bro? So as much as I want them to fix it, as much as I love CISA ordering federal agencies and giving them a deadline, show me the teeth that's going to drive it, okay? And finally, just because I saw it as I was scrolling, again, I don't research or prep for these things. Google the threat analysis group, and Google Project Zero discovered these things. Google Tag and Google Project Zero are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay. I think Malware Unicorn, I'm not sure if she's still there, but she was part of that group. Tavis Ormandy, who I think is a phenomenal security researcher, works over there. He's worked there for years. If you guys don't know about Google Threat Analysis Group and Google Project Zero, and the zero stands for 0 day, I strongly recommend you Google them and put a Pomodoro timer on for 20 minutes and spend 20 minutes reading about these two groups. They're phenomenal. They put out great information. And we as a country, frankly, are better off because they are there doing security research.
Canadian shoe chain Aldo clarifies Lockbit posting. The shoe retailer, which has almost 3,000 stores across the world, has clarified that a recent posting from Lockbit claiming that it had attacked the company without actually giving details on what had been stolen involved the systems of an unspecified franchise partner. As reported in the record, Aldo stores in the US, UK, Canada, and Ireland are owned directly by Aldo Group, while all others are franchises. A spokesperson for Aldo confirmed that, quote, no Aldo Group-owned or operated systems were affected by this incident, and that the affected data is limited to information pertaining to their operations in a specific overseas territory, and that the affected data does not contain any Aldo customer financial or payment card information, end quote.
Wow, okay. All right, hold on. Oh my God. So I'm going to say sorry, Kennedy, but like this to me is like Aldo's response to Lockbit Threat Actor Group. Like, I don't know if you just heard that, but this is like what I just heard. Aldo's like, Lockbit's like, we own all your base, and Aldo's like, actually, we did an analysis, like you stole like some boxes in the back of our garage that we forgot we had, bro. Like you're cute, but the adults are talking, so why don't you go somewhere else and play in sand? Like, that's what I just heard with this story. Basically, Lockbit is posting that they've got Aldo, this massive billion-dollar shoe seller, and what they got was like a fraction. Now remember, Lockbit is a ransomware affiliate business. So there are a network of people out there executing ransomware, exploiting their initial access, dropping ransomware, and then it reports back to Lockbit. And at that point, Lockbit's like, okay, there's another fish on the line. Basically, let's reel it in and grab some files and say what we got. So and again, I'm not trying to I'm trying to be objective, but like I'm also thinking about it from Lockbit's perspective and Lockbit's business, okay? So Lockbit, if you think about the management at Lockbit, which again, I know it sounds ridiculous, but Lockbit and these top tier threat actor groups are criminal enterprises. They are businesses. So you have to think of them as like business operations and the way business works. So affiliate goes out, steals some information, it comes back in. People at Lockbit need to like parse through it and figure out who they got, what they got, figure out the right ransom amount. And they say, okay, it's Aldo. Let me Google Aldo. Aldo's $1 billion shoe company. Good to go. Looks good. Let's post it on our dark web or Telegram channel that we got Aldo off and running. Lockbit and the threat actors, they don't know if they got a crown jewel sensitive file server or if they got, a third party consultant who was doing some work at a remote, Buenos Aires location on doing SEO for Aldo within that little market for holiday season, right? So unfortunately, it sounds like, they reeled it in, just to use a fishing example. They reeled it in and they thought they caught a 45-pound catfish because Google said, oh man, it's $1 billion shoe company. And then like when they posted it, they took the picture of, again, this is like a super deep fishing reference, so not everybody's going to get that, but they took the picture holding the fish. And then Aldo went online and said, they're actually holding the fish really close to the camera and it's a tiny, tiny fish. And they really didn't get anything. Right. And Lockbit's like looking at the fish and like, oh crap, it really isn't much. So we'll see. Again, back in the day, Lockbit may have gone after Aldo for throwing shade and stuff at them. But in reality, they're making so much freaking money that they don't have time to like even deal with this. Like they're just going to move on to the next victim because honestly, reputational damage to Lockbit and throwing shade at Lockbit, it's not worth it financially for them to, focus in a concerted attack on Aldo. They literally are losing money if they were to stop and try to emotionally address Aldo's response to this. They'll just move on to the next victim. They are making money hand over fist.
Great cash, homie.
Disney Plus spoofing scheme exposes new sophistication. An article published by the CISO of Abnormal Security, Mike Britton, describes a brand of impersonation cyber attack that raises the stakes in email fraud scams. In brief, the campaign involves personalized emails sending a notification of a pending charge for a new Disney Plus subscription. The emails came with a personalized PDF attachment with careful attention given to a seemingly legitimate customer support service number, Disney Plus address, brand colors, and no misspellings or malware-laden attachments. What makes this attack unique, according to Britton, is, quote, the level of sophistication and personalization the threat actors used, end quote. This included a time pressure technique informing the recipient that the new fee would be charged upon receipt of the email, thus increasing the likelihood of the victim's response. A link to this report from Abnormal is available in the show notes to this episode.
All right, it is the holiday season. Phishing attacks go up. Do me a favor, everybody. You and I, Dream Logic, Laura Flores, Justin Gold, you and I know that getting an email about your renewed Disney Plus or, an additional charge for your upgrade to your Disney Plus is bullshit. Sorry, Kennedy. But my Aunt Donna, my Aunt Dorothea, your cousin Brandon, your cousin Todd, your nephew, your niece, like, the 19-year-old who just went off to college, like, they don't know. This right here is an absolute slam dunk for you to copy and paste this, or just shoot an email out on your family group text, right? Say family group text, like who doesn't have a family group text or a social friends group text, right? Send it out and say, hey, just so you know, there's a rash of phishing emails going around saying that you have a Disney Plus charge. It's totally fraudulent. That's all you got to say. You don't have to explain phishing. You don't have to explain the threat actors. You might want to say the goal of the Disney Plus fake email is to get you to call a number. Do not call it, right? Just so it's clear what action not to take, because the whole email campaign is to get you to call a scam call center, and then they're going to rip you off. So this is targeting not me and you. This is targeting my Aunt Donna. This is targeting my cousin Pat, okay? This is targeting my good friend Brent Gurry, okay? So this right here is an absolute slam dunk for you to share with your end user community, with your family, friends, and loved ones. And here's the pro tip. Whatever you send, however you do it, right? Don't just limit it to one, right? You could text your friends in your family group chat. You could put it in an email and send it to, your end users. If you receive this email, go check your spam folder. You might already have gotten it. Take a screenshot of it and use the little, the tools that you can like point an arrow or circle. Put a screenshot and put it in the email. And you've got to make the message to your end user community very simple. Hey, make the subject line, don't fall for fake Disney Plus charge email. That's it. That's enough for them to know and put it on their radar that Disney Plus fake emails are coming out. And then just say, here's the email. They're going to try to get you to call a phone number. Don't call it. Period. End of story. Protect your end users. This right here, threat actors are going to threat act. All right. So we need people. All right. So hold on one second.
Remember to join us later today for Super Cyber Friday.
All right. Hey, guys, really quickly, if you were here just for the news, I'm sorry I went a few minutes over. I genuinely appreciate y'all being here. If you got to jump, then jump. But if you want to stick around for some jaw jacking and some Simply Cyber community talk, AMA type style stuff, holler at me. I'd love to spend some time with you. For all of those who are not going to stay and have to peace out, thank you so much. This has been December 8th, 2023, episode number 511 of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. I'm Jerry, your chat. Thanks so much and have a great weekend. We'll see you at 8 a.m. Eastern time. For everybody else, let's do some jaw jacking, baby. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the jaw-jacking segment of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. I'm your host, Jerry Guy. Hopefully you had a great Daily Cyber Threat Brief stream. If you're new here, like Wesley or other first-timers, basically every single weekday we do the Daily Threat Brief for an hour, and then because this is my full-time job, I kick it for 30 minutes, AMA, tell you about things going on, answer questions, do what we can do. And have a good time. I share updates with the group. I see a lot of people talking about a Sorry Kennedy emote. If that's something people want to do, we can totally do that. I'll add it to the list. In fact, let me look right now. I'll tell you definitively if we can stand it up. Just so the community knows, I can either create new emotes if we've reached certain thresholds, or I can replace existing emotes. For example, we have the Elon emote. I haven't seen anyone use the Elon emote in quite some time, so we could repurpose that one if we wanted to. So we don't have to necessarily reach new thresholds. I'm looking at the I'm looking in YouTube right now. Hold on one second. We currently have not unlocked new emotes. Now, it says we need 7 more members in order to unlock an emote. That's what it says, but I've also seen it say something similar in the past and then it didn't unlock. So anyways, we need more members or we can repurpose it. If you guys want a... all right, so a lot of people are saying get rid of Elon. We could totally get rid of Elon. All right, guys. We'll get a Sorry Kennedy emote. Hey, Rex, what's up? Stats have already been released about Amazon's most shipped item this holiday season. Their boxes. Oh!
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
I love it, Rex. That's actually hilarious. James McQuiggan, did you pick up what they're putting down? I can't guarantee. It says 7 more, but all right, guys. So hey, I don't know if anyone had a chance. We had limited numbers yesterday. Probably 50 or 60 of you showed up for Mike Prevet's Return on Security and Key Strategies for Cyber Startups. I thought it was a great stream. If you're interested, it is available live on the stream. Eric Taylor from the top rope.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
All right, guys. Here we go. Let the sub train roll. Valentino. Oh, there's 100 squad. Jesus. Oh boy, there we go. This just happened. All right, let me refresh this. Here we go. Refreshing. Standing by to stand by. Okay. Eric Taylor from Barricade Cyber, thanks so much for the super chat, for the squad membership raids. We have unlocked an emote. We've unlocked it so we can get a Sorry Kennedy emote right now, y'all. If anyone has, all right, so let's talk about it. Like, just overwhelming. Thank you so much, Eric Taylor.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
We now have a Sorry Kennedy emote because Eric Taylor and the Barricade Cyber team just dropped 100 subs on the stream. If you're a sub member who's just gotten it, like Martin Lunskat, John Milner, Shinzo, Ori, Double Free, Chris, the Disbeat, like, dude, the 100 people who just picked it up, get on those squad emotes. You're going to be able to use the squad Sorry Kennedy emote as soon as we get that figured out. Anybody have thoughts on what the Sorry Kennedy emote looks like? I'm thinking maybe it's like a couple expletives, like the hashtag exclamation point, and then maybe a teardrop. I don't know. I'm going to need some help with this. Hold on. Brian W., get rid of Jen Easterly?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Brian, catch me outside. How about that? Come on, man. Hey, real quick, let's just log in and see if Jen Easterly's accepted my network connection. Real time. Holy crap, it's 150 subs. Oh,
Did we just become best friends? Yeah.
we may have unlocked 2 emotes, bro. Hold on, here we go. I'm just checking in right now to see if we've gotten accepts. Hold on, here we go. Is this like taking a second? Let's see here. Nope. I'm still at I'm close but not there. Damn. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All you squad members. Oh, Brian is Black Hills. I like it. Make it a cat GPT. JFK Luke Canfield. I don't get the correlation between JFK and Kennedy. Sorry, Kennedy. That's a good point. We could do JFK's head. He's got that famous headshot. Oh, a swear jar, Brent B. I like that idea. Swear jar. Kennedy headshot. And God, that's like not intended to be a pun. Ugh, God, that was. Let me back away slowly from that one. Wow. Whoops. All right, so let's do this. Start a poll. Sorry, Kennedy. Emote. This won't be definitive, but JFK head. Swear jar. What else did we get? Swear jar. Let's see. Speak no evil monkey. That's a good one. And then what else we got? Oh, and I'll tell you who Kennedy is in a second. All right, hold on. Let's just I don't know. So, hey, if whatever, I just dropped a poll, like whatever wins on this one won't be the answer. It'll just move forward. For those who don't know who Kennedy is, priority problem solvers. So the Simply Cyber community is not just, working professionals. A lot of, not a lot, but some team members listen to the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing in the car with their family. Dan Reardon listens with Pearl, his daughter, from time to time. And a woman named Estella, who was a very active member in the Simply Cyber community. I haven't seen her in a minute, so if she comes back, it'd be great to see her. But Estella was one of the first people who told me that she watched with her daughter Kennedy on the regular. And I knew that Kennedy was a regular member. Base Case watches with his kids. Anyways, I try to make Simply Cyber, all Simply Cyber content, but really including the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, kid-friendly. I want my content to be inclusive of as many people as possible. If I'm up here swearing and being crude and doing adult-themed content, that's not inclusive of children. In fact, it's not appropriate. So whenever I do swear because I get, angry or upset or whatever, I try not to, but sometimes it happens, and I apologize to Kennedy. Kennedy is essentially like an avatar to represent all of the younger members of the Simply Cyber community. So that's who Kennedy is. And I will tell you, I have heard, this happens to me personally, and I have heard many, many people in the Simply Cyber community say this. So if you do this, let me know. In my real life, if I'm driving and someone cuts me off and I'm like, I say something I shouldn't, like, like an F-bomb, I then say, sorry, Kennedy. I'll be driving by myself alone in my car, and I will say, sorry, Kennedy, after I swear. Or, and people, or I'll say it in with a group of people, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you also say, sorry, Kennedy, but I do, on stream and off. Jackson King says his daughter listens in the car while driving her to work. She was able to answer some copyright questions based on something that was said. That's awesome, Jackson. Kennedy is going to be famous. I love it. Oh, cool. Priority Problem Solver has kids, 975. I agree. So I have children. I have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. I love my kids. I want them to get access to this information, and if it's inappropriate, I wouldn't. Here's the thing. If it was ChatGPT doing the stream and I was listening to it and I wanted my kids there and ChatGPT was like,
shall we play a game?
Shall we play a game? Shall we rip the face off this place? I'd be like, guys, we can't watch this together. I got to find something else for us, right? Sorry, ChatGPT, to make you like an 80s hair metal band persona there for a second, but I had to make the point, okay? All right, let's look at the poll really quickly. The swear jar is pretty strong. A lot of people liking the swear jar. We only got 89 votes, but that's out of 300 people, but it's pretty solid. Let's end the poll. Swear jar is the current. Remember, too, by the way, we could create the emote and then change it later, okay? Good idea, Roland. My son, when he was 3, dropped an F-bomb. We adopted the swear jar afterwards. That's funny, Mr. Green reads. Funny and concerning, right? Mia screaming. Hopefully everything's all right. I'm heading out. Oh, okay. Whoops. Not supposed to read that out loud. Be good, BSEC. Guys, it's Friday. What a great day. What a great stream. What a great community. Oh, hey, that's a good point. D-Crash already points out that the Speak No Evil monkey is already there. We shouldn't waste an emote on it. That's a good point. Aaron Strong's 3-year-old also dropped an F-bomb. Seems like 3 is the 3 is the spot jam rock for F-bombs. Yeah, exactly. All right. Hey, guys. I asked the community yesterday, and if you guys want to weigh in, I would totally love it. I asked the community yesterday, today I would like to film a cat. I almost said a cat GPT. I want to film a Gemini infused version of Bard AI versus ChatGPT 4.0. Right? I want to make a video updating those two against each other. And I asked the community if you had any use cases that you'd like me to include. I want to just tell you the 2 use cases that I saw dropped, and thank you to the community members that did it. One was giving a career path for different roles in cybersecurity, which I think is great because then I can evaluate them. Chris Young with a super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Thank you for all you do, Dr. Auger. My pleasure, Chris. Very happy to have you in the community. Thank you for what you do. Chris Young leading the GRC study hall at 7:30s on Thursday nights, at least, I think. So if you're a GRC aspiring professional or you're taking the GRC analyst masterclass, check that out. Really quickly, so career paths, different roles, and then write a cybersecurity policy were the two things. I will execute the command in GPT and Gemini Bard, and I will give evaluations of both. If you have any other thoughts, please let me know. I'm going to chat right now to look at questions. So Legrat says, did you see my LinkedIn message about Project Spectrum? Legrat, no, I did not. That I'll look for it now. You'll have to tell me what your name, you'll have to tell me your real name, Legrat. The thing is, guys, just so you guys know, I get an A-load of LinkedIn messages all the time, all the time. It's very hard for me to know what's up. Let me show you. Can I show you really quickly? Look, this is my LinkedIn messages. See, you just see how I get messages all the time. It's very difficult for me to, it's very difficult for me to I don't have time. And I appreciate everybody reaching out. I love it. Thank you so much. But I just I can't. It's difficult. It's difficult. So if I know somebody sent me something, I'll get in there and look, but I can't, I don't have time to thanks ChatGPT for doing a buffer overflow on my brain.
Shall we play a game?
Also, thanks for the super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Oh, Lazaro with a super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
And Lazaro saying, good news incoming next week. Let's effing go. Hey, listen, I'm not going to ruin Lazaro's news, but what I will say is if you haven't been here in a minute, whether you're a newcomer or you've been out, we have been tracking Lazaro's job interview path from got the first interview to second interview to panel interview. I've been personally following Lazaro's path here and celebrating it. And I don't know what this means, but I have some ideas. Good news incoming next week. I can't wait, Lazaro. Let's effing go, bro. All right, so Tony Parrish says that... actually, this is a really good thing. All right, hold on really quickly. Casually Joseph's got an idea. Thank you, Casually Joseph. I will look into that one. Tony Parrish says he hasn't received his gift yet or his prize from Simply Cyber 500. Really quickly, let me tell you guys this. And Tony, thank you for letting me know. If you won a prize on the Simply Cyber 500th episode stream, right? We raffled off 60 prizes. Please let me know and Josh Mason know. Thank you, Josh Mason. Josh Mason has volunteered to kind of spearhead raffle prize coordination. So Tony Parrish, I would forward that to Josh Mason, okay? Now, second thing, for some of the prizes like PACT, TCM, ACI Learning, we at Simply Cyber are merely facilitating the connection between you, the winner, and them, the prize giver. So if PACT hasn't sent it yet, let us know, and I will I will message PACT and find out what the update is, okay? And Josh Mason, if you're listening, we would like to get an update on Tony Parrish. Okay, so Tony, thank you. And guys, if you want a prize on the 500th episode and you haven't got it yet, let me know and let Josh Mason know because we need to get it sorted out. CrossTech26 has a super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Love the GRC class. Where can I get training on different frameworks and standards? Yeah. All right, so CrossTech26. Different frameworks and standards. There isn't really a number one solid resource that I know of right now. If you're going to want to get information on CIS 18, go Google CIS 8. Here, hold on. Let me just show you. Watch this. Who asked that question? CrossTech26. Look at this. CIS 18 controls. Here's the website for that. You want to definitely do this, CIS 18. Then check this out. The spoiler is I've got a video for that. As usual, I have 2 videos. Cross Tech 26. Here is me implementing the CIS 18. Here's me doing a step-by-step of implementing the CIS 18. 2 what I would call good videos. Let me do that. Hold on. Cross Tech. There's 1. Hold on. Here's another one, Cross Tech. And then here is me implementing NIST cybersecurity framework. Here's me implementing NIST RMF and explaining everything you need to know about that one. Cross Tech. And finally, NIST CSF. Here's me implementing NIST CSF. There you go. Cross Tech. All right. There you go. Hopefully that helps, Cross Tech. Okay, what's the next question? Is that what LFG means? Yes, it means let's effing go. It does. Sorry, Kennedy. All right. All right, what else we got? Alana Boyajian. I got to tell you, Alana, one of my favorite things is I got a video for that. I might get a shirt that says I got a video for that. What else? I'm looking at chat right now. Oh, thanks, Alexia Grimes, for the kind words about the channel and what we do here. Guys, Cyber 101 course is crushing it. I've been working my little tail off here. So, hey, fun fact about me. I don't know if you guys noticed. I don't know if anyone cares. But I've been like dieting. I know it sounds ridiculous, but dieting, running, doing all these things on my birthday, which was November 10th. And today, I've dropped some serious weight. So I don't know if you guys can tell if I look more svelte, but trying not to succumb to the holidays and all the great eating of the holidays. But all right, FRA says, what channel in the server to get the CyberCon cert? Okay, so hey, check this out. If you are a member of the Simply Cyber community and you went to the Simply CyberCon or you watched the videos on replay, check this out. Our very own Kimberly. Where is it, Kimberly? Where is it, Kimberly? Oh, it's right here. The very bottom, you can get a certificate of attendance for 6 CPEs for attending. I'm going to drop a link. Now, you got to have integrity and have to be true about that. But if you did, there you go, FRA. Hopefully that answers your question. Thank you, Valentino. Yeah. Gaunt. I will tell you, I do have to, like, this is going to sound silly, but I do have to manage my my weight. Like, I'm a runner, and if I'm not careful, I can run myself low. Yeah, Roman Charleston says Cyber 101 plus the masterclass would be a perfect combo. Guys, my plan for the Simply Cyber School and the education path is literally Cyber 101, GRC Analyst Masterclass, Information Security Awareness like a boss, Enterprise Risk Assessment like a boss, CISO, and CISO Masterclass. That's the path. Also, I don't know if anyone's interested in this, but BSEC and I are currently flirting with developing a course that's basically everything you need to know in order to harden a small business. Okay, so it's not about doing GRC work at a small business. It's like, if you're an Office 365 shop, this is what you got to do. And it'll be like all the technical hands-on keyboard configuration stuffs. And BSEC will be doing that. And I'll be doing all like the real stuff that you would do for a small business. Like you wouldn't have 18 different policies. You would have one, and I'll show you what that is. I will show you how to do information security awareness. Like, so we're thinking of that as like an applied InfoSec awareness. An applied information security practitioner who has to be a Jack of or Jill of all trades. All right, we're at 9:30. So let me just do a little bit more. All right, so the small business one, you guys are going to have to wait though, because like I can only do so much, and I've got a Chris Young. That course is just in planning phases right now. There's only one of me. I wish I could duplicate myself, like multiplicity. It probably won't even be built out from a curriculum perspective and pre-orders until May of 2024. So please, everybody, temper your expectations, all right? It will be awesome, believe me, but I've got to get Cyber 101 done. I've got to film my TV show, Late Night with Jerry, and then I need to breathe, and and then just give me some time, y'all. Give me some time, okay? All right, guys. Whew. All right, let me look at my calendar and see where I'm at. Oh, I got something for you. This is why you should stick around for the jaw jacking. Do you guys know a show called Security Break? So, Alana, I'm filming Late Night with Jerry in, I'm trying to do the last week in April. Like, we're going to film the entire season, and then it'll be, dropped one episode a week. So I would think summer 2024, but I can't guarantee that. I'm just like I'm just the on-air talent. I'm not producing it. As much as I'm a control freak and like try to control everything and produce everything, this is one where I'm just talent and I'm not producing. I am producing a bunch of new podcasts in 2024 though. Charles Finfrock's Threat or Opportunity podcast, I'm producing. It will be available through Simply Cyber Media. Cyber Starters, a podcast for cyber entrepreneurs. I'll be producing and on-air talent. And then there's another, I'm not ready to reveal, but there's another podcast that I'm producing that is not, I won't be on-air talent, but you guys know exactly who the two hosts are of the on-air talent. I'm not allowed to disclose it at this time, but it will be coming under the Simply Cyber Media Group umbrella, and that's fun. Yeah, Alana, if you didn't know, I'm full-time Simply Cyber. So I do education, podcasting. So like the way you should think about my business is like there's two Venn diagram circles. One is podcasts, and well, one's media, right? Whether it's audio, video, whatever. And then the other is cybersecurity education. So that's where I'm teaching the Citadel. That's where I'm doing my consulting. That's where I'm doing my coursework and stuff like that. And even the TV show, that falls under the media group, right? But if I go do consulting for a business or whatever, that falls under the education side. I assure you, Late Night with Jerry is definitely not a 2023 reboot of Red Shoe Diaries. It's very much more like Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Okay. Hey, Harish saying two cyber chicks. That's a good guess. Like I said, I'm not allowed to disclose at this time what the podcast is. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited to bring on the podcast and get it going. Tim McDonald says I'm a beast. Thank you, Tim. And it's all about good times. Oh, anyways, do you guys know the show Security Break? Oh, by the way, Chris Young, the show I think is going to be called What the Frock. What the Frock. Let me, I want to share this with you really quickly. Hold on one second. Like, I'm doing a live stream later today with somebody else, and I wanted to share with you, but like, I don't. The guy I'm doing it with hasn't really provided me like. One second. I'm trying to find it now. Computer. All right, here we go. Oh, I have another update. Again, this is why I like, this is why you gotta stay on for the jaw jacking. Oh my God, where is this? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Check this out. Let me confirm this really quickly. All right. This right here. Security break. I will be... Here I am. Finally. Jesus. Okay. There you go. If you guys... Can we do... I don't know if you guys have the time or you're interested, but I would love... I would request some love, some support. This is at... I think 11 a.m. Eastern time. This is at 11 a.m. Eastern time today. If you guys could do a Simply Cyber raid, I would love it. I would love it. Please, if you have time. If you don't have time, please don't come, obviously. But if you're hanging out, if you want to chill, it's going to be a great show. I'm the guest. It would be fun. So, if you got time, come check it out. And if not, that's okay. What I wanted to tell you. So, hey, everybody that is on here that, oh my God, I'm fading. If you have been trying to take this cybersecurity exposure management course of mine and you can't because you don't have a business email, I emailed the company. Did I already tell you guys about this and what the solution's going to be? Let me know in chat. I'll start telling you, but let me know in chat if I already told you. I'm going to pull up the email. One second. Hold on one second. So check this out. All right, so listen. I emailed XM Cyber and I said, hey, listen, I get that you are requiring a business email address, but let me tell you something, okay? Here, let me drop a link. This is the course, okay? Okay, this is the course. Now listen, I said, I understand that you want business email addresses, but here's the reality, okay? My community, the Simply Cyber community, is inclusive of everybody. And what we have are people who have been laid off. We have college students who don't work a full-time job. We have people who work in a business and they don't want their business to know that they are skilling up in cybersecurity in hopes of transitioning out of a bad situation. So your needing a business email address doesn't work for me. Can you do something to help the Simply Cyber community? Because I want as many people to get access to this course as possible. Please meet me halfway. They replied, and I'm very happy to read this email to you. They replied, "Hey, Jerry, I appreciate your emails. First of all, thank you very much for letting people know about the course. It's really doing well. We love it. The Credly badges are paid. So you get a badge if you do this." They said the Credly badges are paid. So we have a financial obligation for all the students that get in there, but we understand that, we have to justify our budget so it's hard, but we have an idea. Would this be acceptable? What if we made a fork of the course that allowed anyone to take it, but they wouldn't get a Credly badge? They could still get a certificate of completion. They could still claim CPEs, but they would not be able to get the Credly badge. And I said, to me, that is completely acceptable. You are making it available to individuals, and they get to make the choice whether or not they use a business. How bad do they want the Credly badge, right? And I said, let's do it. And I asked them, tell me when this is going to be available so I can make it available. So for all those out there who need, who want this course and haven't been able to get it for whatever your personal reasons are, it's coming and you will get it. And I am happy about that. So that's what's up. You're welcome, Don Long. All right, guys, I'm fading. I need to get some food in me. Thank you guys for all you do. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody. If you can come to this live stream I'm doing in a little bit, it would be great to have the support. Hashtag Simply Cyber Raid is always good in chat. And then I'm going to be working on the Cyber 101 course all day, every day. Some people reached out to me about guest. Oh my God. I am literally fading. A couple people reached out to me about being beta testers. Again, the deal is I'm probably going to take 5 beta testers for the Cyber 101 course. You will have to commit to completing it in a few weeks, which is a tall ask because it's a full semester long course. You will have to answer a questionnaire for feedback, and you will have to donate $100 to your favorite charity. If you want to do that and you want to be a beta tester for the course, obviously you'll get access to the course. Then let's roll. I got to go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all so very much. Shout out to Lazaro. Can't wait for your good news. Shout out to Barricade Cyber Solutions for 100 squads. I'll put a template emote for the sorry, Kennedy. Be good, everybody. I'm Jerry, your chat. Until next time, stay secure. I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.